Well, good morning, you guys.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Real Talk with SLR.
How are you guys doing today?
Well, you guys, we just came back from the most epic weekend.
That was awesome.
Yeah, Freedom Weekend 2025 went off without a hitch. Big shout out and thank you to Tim over at Ridge Life. Bro, you set the bar so high.
Yep.
I don't know how the next one's going to go, but I tell you what, this one was definitely memorable.
Yeah, that's going to be a hard one to follow up, to say the least.
So, Hunger Games salute to you, Bobblehead, because Bobble is taking the next one next year.
Man, yeah, we're gonna all need to, chip in and help out as much as possible if it's going to be anywhere close to what Tim just did there.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So Tim, just a quick recap. We actually talked to you guys a little bit more story time and stuff over on SimpleLifeReclaimed. I got a video that's going to come out today. I'm going to share some behind the scenes footage and stuff. But to be honest with you, I wasn't recording a whole lot because I was just living my best life in the moment, right?
Having a good old time.
But I will just recap a little bit. Tim set the bar high because he got a water slide and bouncy house for the kids, which the kids thoroughly enjoyed, but also the adults were thoroughly enjoying. He also got an all-you-can-eat taco truck, guys. Like, we were feasting on the tacos. Like, oh my gosh, we got so gordoed out. It was so good. All you can eat. It was just amazing. And nobody had to cook anything or deal with anything. It was just you walk up to the truck, tell them what you want, get food. Who doesn't love that? No. It was amazing. And then to top it all off, the fireworks show that he displayed was so epic. It was just boom, 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 firework, firework, firework. It had a great grand finale. And on top of all of that, too, he hired a band to come and play at Freedom Fest. So, we had live band playing and performing Freedom Weekend.
Yeah, that was good.
It was so good. It was so, so good, guys. Like, that's why my voice is a little bit harsh today, because I was woo-wooing. I actually got something I wanted to show you guys really quick that I thought was pretty cool. And I'm not showing this on Simple Life Video, so exclusive over here. Look at this, guys. Look at this. So I gave the band a pretty good tip, and they were like, hey, who did that? Because I sent it to their Cash App, just trying to be discreet and anonymous about it. But then they called me out and everyone was looking around like, I didn't do it, you did it. And I was like, okay, fine, it was me. And so they called me up and they're like, we want to give you a shirt. And I'm like, well, I'll only take it unless you guys sign it. So the band that was playing that night was a local cover band. They played all sorts of different music, everything from Kid Rock to the Eagles and the Doobie Brothers and some David Bowie and just all sorts of music, right? But their band is called Big Wheel. And like I said, they're a cover band sort of in Tennessee. But I had them, they gave me a shirt because I threw them a good tip. And then they signed it. I had them all sign it. So these are all the band members up here on top. And then at the very bottom, I had Tim with Ridge Life sign it because it was his epic party. So I got a Ridge Life signature. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you. And then I got all the dudes from Big Wheel. I love it.
Heck yeah.
I love it. Thank you, guys. It was such a great time. So we just had such a wonderful time. The pop-up camper did its thing. Everybody was having just so much fun. It was so good to be able to relax and unwind with everybody. However, we are back home now, and it is back to reality.
Yep.
Yeah. And the weather's a little funky today. It's actually very big clouds, and it's a little bit humid. It's not as hot, so I'm thankful to that because it's actually
super thankful for that.
Not as hot as it could be. Yeah. And we have had a little bit random rain here and there, big fat droplets, but nothing really too crazy. But that all being said, we have a lot we've got to get done today.
Yep.
Yeah, it's back to reality. The fun times are over. But it was such a fun time, though, friends. And we're going to tell you a whole lot more, give you guys a little bit more, I guess.
Into
it, I guess, over there on Simple Life later on today.
Yeah.
But today, what are we getting into, baby?
Well, I'm looking around and I'm like, man, we left and there's so much to do around here. There's a lot of cleanup that needs to happen. The weeds are going insane, and I feel like we're at that point now that if I chop it, I might not have to chop it in, about 2 weeks, maybe a month, because it's not getting as much rain.
Right.
Whereas like I cut this thing and it's like this tall in a week, and it's like, what the heck, you know? And if I go 2 weeks, it's this. And
Yeah,
it's
it
like,
becomes
oh my
this.
goodness, dude, like this is insane. I just did it. I feel like I really feel like I just did it.
That's how I feel with my garden. So tonight, this evening, I would like to spend some time in my garden, at least picking out some of the plants that I know are bad and need to go to the animals. I have several of those. I knew I should have picked them before we left on Freedom Weekend. I had several cucumbers that were green and ready to be picked, but again, we were packing and we were getting things together and trying to finalize all of the things. And I like walked by it and I seen it, but I didn't take the 10 seconds to get off my butt and go inside the garden and pick it. So now I have like 20 yellow cucumbers that need to go to the chickens and the goats and stuff, which they'll enjoy it and it's not going to be wasted. But I was hoping that I could either pickle them or that we would be able to eat them on some salad or just raw, you know. And so now we grew some animal food instead. But that's okay because it's food, you know, it's going to get ate.
It happens.
So this afternoon, maybe after you get done with all of your weed whacking and stuff, we'll go spend some time in the garden. And I got some tomatoes that are ready. I also need to put my tomato cages around my tomato plants because my tomato plants are starting to get really heavy and like topple over. So I've got some garden maintenance that I need to do.
Little things here and there just to tidy up, make it to where our work life will be a little bit easier. Yeah. You know, and the grass is, to me, I feel like really important to get it.
Yeah.
Because snakes, you know, slithering things like to hang out in the tall grass. And
let's not forget all the darn fleas that we were infested with the last couple of weeks. If we keep the grass down, then it's like it keeps all of that down.
Exactly. And I have a couple of other things I want to do to the yard and all that other stuff. So, I mean, we got so much stuff to do.
Today might be a yard day. Just
tidy up, get everything situated. We just got back from Freedom Weekend and all that stuff.
Last night.
And yeah, last night was a big ordeal. You know, I'm surprised we were able to get everything all out and situated and cleaned up in the amount of time that we did.
Well, I still have like mountains and mountains of laundry to do.
Well, yeah, I mean in the sense of like getting it all in the house.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like to be able to unload your car, to be able to unload the trailer, as well as like clean up the trailer and get it all situated for basically the next time that we go.
Which will be soon.
But just in all that, it only took us like about an hour.
Yeah, which actually is not that bad.
Which is not bad at all.
We brought so many battery banks, guys. We had our whole camper was powered by battery banks.
I think we didn't bring 2 of our battery banks. Yeah. Out of all of them. Yeah. And I'm glad that we brought the ones that we did, and I'm almost wishing we did bring those other ones. Yeah. But it is what it is. You know, when you're roughing it the way we did, you know, and everything else, and you're trying to survive off of battery banks and trying to turn on ACs and charge everything up off of solar and all that other stuff, we did it. Yeah, we did it. But there definitely was some ring around the rosy and with different things. But our biggest concern was making sure that we had AC at night so we could sleep good. Yeah. Which we did. We all slept pretty good. Man, that tent freezes you out, man. It does. The pop-up, the pop-up camper, it definitely gets really cold in there. Mm-hmm. Which is nice to sleep in, you know? But we had our whole pop-up set up, guys. And like the whole front of our pop-up, we had like our own little private solar array. Which I will say, let me just say, that was really nice, but it is nothing compared to all of the work that Tim did on his solar array. That thing is so freaking awesome, and it's huge, guys. It's way bigger in person than what I thought it looked like in his videos. Yeah, and way more completed, too. Yeah. But then again, you know, he's got to edit out some videos and put it out. So I guarantee you a lot of people are going to get sneak peeks on that thing. Yeah. So make sure to stay tuned and watch all the videos. And Tim, you better hurry up and get that video out. Yeah, I know we always give Tim grief about no work life, right? But no, Tim works really hard. He's always working his butt off. You gotta bust his chops a little bit, you know, because he is working.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
if he
only fair.
wasn't working and we were busting in the shop saying that, then it would be a little bit more like, man, that's messed up.
Yeah.
You know, but no, he's putting in the work, that's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, and we got to meet Meredith this weekend, which she is so fun. I really like her. Don't screw it up, Tim.
No.
I really like her. She seems like a really genuine, fun person to be around, to love her personality. And I will say the two of them together, their personalities are very similar. They're very compatible. So we'll see how long it takes for Tim to screw it up.
No.
I'm just teasing you, buddy. I'm just teasing. But I really do like them together. So I'm happy that he's got her around now.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's definitely a really cool addition.
She seems like a really, really down to earth girl. You know? Yeah. So
I really liked her.
Heck yeah.
And it was nice to be able to see Grandma Carol as well. It was really, and of course Morgan, right? Tim's fam bam. It was such a great time, guys. The Freedom Weekend, we always get everybody together, and it's such a great time for us all to spend with each other, because a lot of us are states away. We talk all the time, but to be able to actually get together and hang out in such a chilled atmosphere like that. And of course, Tim went bougie on us this year and spoiled us. But it was such a great time, and everyone that was there was our friends. We had I just keep saying it over and over, but it's true. We just had such a great time, and it was really nice to be able to mellow out and not deal with cameras so much. Although I did take some footage, and you guys are going to see it in today's video on Simple Life. So if you guys want to see some of the happenings, I got you. You guys are going to be able to see some of that on the channel here later on today.
Heck yeah.
But I think for today, since we are just getting back, we just barely got everything unloaded. It's been a lot of coming and going. I think today we're going to spend doing some yard stuff and getting our house and our homestead kind of back in order. The staining boards is calling my name. I ain't going to lie. Yeah. I've been doing such a great job with like just staying at it and getting after it and getting after it and getting after it. And that second palette is so close to being finished. I really want to finish it. But I feel like today, my best use of my time would be to continue to straighten out the house with everything that we unloaded and get all the wash and all that stuff done. And Gary's going to maintain the yard some.
I feel like that's going to be the best for today, you know, because one, just like everybody else, all right, you go on a vacation, especially one like that.
Yeah, know? That one was epic.
That was amazing. I almost need a vacation from my vacation.
I know.
And I'm not trying to do that, you know.
No, we don't have time for that.
No. So we can get the stuff that we need done, you know, to make our life a lot easier and a lot more maintained, you know.
Get us back in order for the week.
And make it to where we can do a lot of those other things that we need to do, you know. I want to get up on that roof. So.
Yeah.
And if I'm looking around and I'm like, dude, I need to get a lot of this stuff done real quick.
Get the monkey off your back.
I can get that monkey off my back if I just tackle it today.
Yeah. And then I think tonight I'll go and I'll spend some time in the garden as well.
Yep.
And get some of that stuff done, right? Straighten out my tomatoes, get rid of the cucumbers that are needing to go down to the chickens. There's actually today, Gary and I, we don't do this often. A lot of times when we record our vlogs, you guys will see like one day worth of action or whatever's happening that day, and then I'll turn it into a video and give it to you guys. However, today we're doing at least a twofer because we are very, very busy. And so I'm going to take
might even be a threefer.
Might even be. We're very, very busy right now. So what I'm going to do, what I'm planning on doing, I'm going to throw a camera at Gary and let him handle all this yard maintenance stuff. And then tonight when I come out and I do the garden update, I'll make that separate. And I'll give you guys that into a separate vlog because there's some other stuff that I wanted to talk to you guys about regarding our animals. And I know that I'm going to be going into the garden area and cleaning that up, but then I'm going to be taking some of that scrap down to the animals.
Yep.
And we can address a unfortunate situation that happened then.
Yeah.
So I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. But it's going good. We got a lot of stuff that we're going to have to get done today. A lot of grinding. Moving back and forth, get into the swing of things, you know.
Yep, and getting ourselves back on track.
Yeah.
Pops was hanging out on Freedom Weekend. Big shout out to Pops too. He hooked everybody up with like some cool sunglasses and just different things, right? And Pops, because he lives in Florida, his kids live in California, and he does a lot of traveling. Texas, he's always on the move. Pops is always on the move.
Yeah.
But he's still at Tim's house at Ridge Life today, as far as I know, but he's getting ready to get on the road again. And we're actually going to have Pops heading over to our place towards the end of this week. So again, that's another reason why Gary and I want to get a lot of this kind of yard stuff done and get some of this other stuff done before his arrival.
Yeah.
And it's like, great time of year, but this time of year we always find ourselves particularly busy with this type of stuff. And then you're fighting the weather and everything too, with the rain and then it being ridiculously hot and yada yada, because it's the end of summer. And then you also want to like spend as much quality time with your friends and do as much as you possibly can because it's the end of summer. And you're like, oh, as soon as like school starts up again, it's gonna be back to that different grind. So I don't know. That's what's going on. We just wanted to pop in today and say hey and fill you guys in on a little bit of stuff. We'll be back in with another episode here tomorrow on Real Talk with SLR. Sorry, it's a little bit shorter and sweeter. I feel like it's not too long, not too short, though.
It's all right. It's all good.
But I do have a video coming out on Simple Life Reclaimed later on today. When? I don't know exactly when. It just depends on when I can get all of my footage together, because I want to put some of the behind-the-scenes stuff in there for you guys. And fill you guys in on our epic trip. I hope that you guys thoroughly enjoy that video. But we'll be back to posting every day here on Real Talk all week long. And we're also going to be posting every day on Simple Life all week long, guys. You're not going to want to miss any of these videos. So make sure your notifications are turned on. Subscribe if you guys have not yet subscribed. Drop us a comment down below. We love hearing from you guys. And again, don't forget to like this video. So with all of that being said, we love you guys, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. So until the next one, friends, we love y'all, and we hope you have a good one.
And we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye, you guys.
Later.